recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here today in studio with the one and only Christopher Allen Hollister.
Man, I'm back.
Hello, Chris.
I'm back, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. You actually sound amazing.
Thank you. I look amazing, too, I might add.
I agree. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Have shorn your head before coming.
That is true. That was yesterday.
Yes.
Absolutely. I have to be on my guard. We have a new dog in our house now.
Ah, what's the dog's name?
His name is Ringo. He's a 5-year-old rescue.
Okay.
And we worked with a rescue company in town, and he's just adorable. And he's a smaller dog, so he's about 15 pounds. Mm-hmm. So obviously, as you know, a little bit different from the 2 other dogs that we had, right. Sandy and Taylor. They were much bigger. But he is keeping us on our toes because he has a lot of energy. Angie was saying that it's like a wire terrier. But we're not 100% sure. We don't have the paperwork quite yet because technically Ringo is on an overnight stay with us for a week just to make sure that it's a good fit for the family and everything like that. But we knew from the first night he's not going anywhere.
Is Ringo a star?
He really is.
Aww.
Oh, I can't wait for you to introduce him to you because he's such a great personality and everything like that.
Wow.
We're quite smitten with him.
Introducing your new co-host, Ringo the dog.
I know, for real.
He has a great personality.
Really, well, he does. He's awesome because like this morning, he charged up in the bed onto me and just started licking my face to wake me up. And I was like, you know what? This is a cool way of waking up in the morning. This is awesome.
Give that 6 months and tell me how you feel about it.
That's a possibility. It depends. It was 8 o'clock, so it was time to wake up. If it was like at like 4:30 in the morning, then we might have issues. Be like, all right, Ringo, you're going outside for the day.
So, Chris, we have some awesome guests.
We really do. I am super fired up. I was a little nervous about writing for today's episode because of it.
Really?
Yes, because of this first person that you're going to introduce.
How do you know that's the first person we're going to introduce?
Because it's the one and only one. It is.
See, now I'm not going to.
Oh, you're mean. You're terribly, terribly mean. But come on, we have a recent 3-time Jeopardy champion on the show right now.
We do. Katie Sekelsky is with us today. Hey, Katie.
Hello.
Welcome back to the show. Yeah, so Chris spilled the tea. Didn't really give you a chance to use your own time to talk about it, but we're glad you're here.
Thank you. Yeah, that was I used up all of the interesting things about myself on the show.
So not true.
I was planning on my interesting thing right now just being the fact that I was on the show. But instead, I will say that I'm very excited to hear about Ringo, and 15-pound rescue dogs are the very best kind.
Yes, I will send you a picture in a little bit, Katie, because he is awesome.
We haven't even got to the interesting things portion of the show yet, so you're safe. You have time.
I thought.
I'm just saying hello now.
All I know is I'm just fired up that Katie's
Chris
on.
is just going, so...
I'm fired up, and then we got 2 amazing other guests besides Katie as well. I'll let you introduce them instead of me just
I appreciate that.
Hey,
oh, my God.
It's been a while since we've been together. I'm allowed to woohoo again. See, just to let you know, a little behind-the-scenes stuff here. I was not allowed to woohoo during the show while I was recording at home because we were on different channels for recording. Now that I'm actually back in studio and together with Jonathan, I'm on a separate channel, so I can woohoo when we have people on now.
You can woohoo.
I can woohoo. This is great.
Woohoo! Oh my God.
This is awesome.
All right.
I'm so excited.
Jeffrey Nau is with us today. Hey, Jeffrey.
Hello.
Glad you are here today. And Matt Shearer is here today. Hey, Matt.
How's it going?
Doing great. Chris is going to over-woohoo today, everybody, so I hope you're ready for this. So we do like to get to know everybody a little bit better. So let's start with Katie. Katie, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm in Kent, Ohio. I'm a graphic designer / illustrator / trivia writer, which you'll be hearing more about shortly. And a fun thing about myself is that I think I've been overhyped on this episode, and there's way too much pressure on me now.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, I'm a graphic designer and an artist and a 3-time Jeopardy champion, and that's what I do for a living now.
And incidentally, if you have not seen Katie's artwork, it's amazing. Can you give out your Can you give your Instagram handle for your artist page, because people need to check it out. It's wonderful.
Sure. My art Instagram is piper.valley. piper.valley.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love her artwork. Every time a new one comes up and shows up, it just makes me smile.
Very cool. And Jeffrey, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm a media transfer specialist.
Okay.
And something interesting about myself, I'm really big into tabletop gaming.
Really?
Really?
Oh, so you and
Yep.
Chris are going to get along great.
Tell me more. What's your current favorite tabletop game right now?
My current favorite, I think, is Terraforming Mars.
You're one of my peoples. I appreciate that. We will talk after the show.
Excellent.
Oh, Lord. And Matt Shearer, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hi, I'm Matt Shearer from Frederick, Maryland. I am a high school music teacher, and something fun is that this past winter and spring, I was on a duck pin bowling league team.
Tell everybody about duck pin bowling. I've seen this.
What is it? I've never heard of this
This
before.
is a Maryland thing, isn't it?
It's unlike 10-pin bowling where you have the tall pins. The pins are a lot smaller. There's more space between them, and you use a ball that you can palm in your hand. It's a lot harder to get a higher score, so I typically myself try to break 100. That's my goal each time. You get strikes and spares, but the main difference is you get a third ball to knock over some more pins if you don't get a strike or a spare. It's a lot of fun.
Is it normally a New England thing? I feel like I associate it with Massachusetts.
So yeah, it's more of a Northeast thing. Actually, duck pin is very Maryland.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
And you, as you get more up into New England, there's also duck pin, and then there's candle pin up there too.
That's what I'm thinking of. I was thinking of candle pin.
Yeah.
The joke's on you, though. When I go bowling with 10-pin bowling, I still palm the ball. That's how I roll.
No, it's true. It is freaky how Jonathan does it when he bowls.
How large are your hands, sir?
They are not small.
Jonathan-sized hands. Thank you very much.
Trust me, when he slaps me in the face, he slaps my whole face.
I stick 2 fingers in up to the first knuckle, so the middle 2 fingers, and then I palm the whole ball. And when I roll, that's what gives me the ability, like enough torque on the ball to spin it. Whereas if I have my thumb in it, I can't get the traction necessary to spin the ball at all. And so palming it is really good for me.
That works.
Because when you had a bowling ball made, you actually had to make it without that
I don't
thumb.
have a thumb hole in my bowling ball, yes.
Yeah.
It's harder to pick up that way, by the way.
It's true.
Just getting it off the rack, that's harder.
Yeah,
But rolling
that's
it is
true.
better.
Or out of your bag.
Mm-hmm. All right, so before we go any further, I think it's time for warming up Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
All right. So this Warm It Up Chris question is actually brought to you by David Abalafia. So David, thank you so very much. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, David.
And
Thanks, David.
David, when he wrote in, he said, in preparing a music round for my local trivia game, I came across Mental Floss list of the 20 most annoying songs of all time. Let's see how many of these obnoxious earworms the players can name. I've broken them. He broke it down by decade, but I changed that up to put it in the list of 1 through 20. So, just to let you know, the list was created in 2018. So let me give you a little help real quick. So there was 3 songs that are on the list from the 1970s.
So you're saying Justin Bieber's Peaches is not on this list?
No, Peaches is not on this list.
It
That's
should
correct.
be.
Okay,
I'm already annoyed.
If they make a new list, I'm sure it'll be on there. 3 songs from the 1970s, 5 songs from the 80s, 6 songs from the 90s, 5 songs from the 2000s, and 1 song from 2010 to 2018. And I'll be honest with you, I've never even heard of the song from 2010.
Okay.
So I'm completely content with that. So Jonathan, you want to try first?
I'll absolutely try first.
All right.
Hey, Macarena.
All right.
First one on my list.
Yep, number 4. Correct.
Cross that one off.
There you go. Jeff, you're next, sir.
We'll go into the 80s. I'm going to guess a lot of people really hate We Built This City.
Number one on this list.
Yeah.
Well done.
Wonderful.
Jeff crushed it. All right. Good job. Katie, you're up.
I didn't have a chance to think of something beyond Macarena. I'm gonna. I don't even know if this is the title of the song, but I'm gonna go into the 70s and say "The Bird Is the Word."
Disco Duck is on the list. Well done.
Same thing.
I don't think that's the same song.
I thought it was the same song.
No, Disco Duck has Donald Duck's voice in it. It's by Rick Dees.
Okay. Well, I'm still giving her credit for Disco Duck since I said it. So on the list. There's a duck in it. I mean, there's a bird in it. All right. So, Matt, you're up.
How about Achy Breaky Heart?
Oh, I tell you what, not on the list, but I'm making it number. I'm making it number 21. All right, because that needed to be on the list. All right, so Jonathan, you're up.
Already back to me, huh?
Yep. Well, we have 4 people.
I'm gonna go with Who Let the Dogs Out.
Number 6 on the list, the Baha Men. Well done. All right, Jeff.
Jonathan is shortening my list.
What can you say
I'll
except
go
you're
and
welcome?
say Rebecca Black's Friday.
Oh, it is not on the list, but again, we're making that number 22. That should be on the list.
Yes.
All right, Katie, what are you thinking?
Achy Breaky Heart reminded me to, I'm going to guess, Red Solo Cup.
Red Solo Cup, not on the list. Okay. I'm so sorry. And Matt.
How about Barbie Girl? Is that Aqua?
Barbie Girl by Aqua. Also not on the list, but should be.
You said Barbara Girl.
Yeah, I tell you. Did I say Barbara Girl?
You said Barbie Girl, not on the list.
I thought
Barbara Girl.
Okay.
Come on, Barbara Girl.
That changes the
in
whole
your Barbara world.
That changes the whole song. Maybe it's about Barbara Eden, you know?
Who knows?
Yeah. All right. So I tell you what, though, every song named so far should have been on this list. And if we expanded it to at least 50, I guarantee you that would have been on the list. So, Jonathan, let's do another 2 more rounds, all right? Go for it.
I'm going to guess Tub Thumping.
Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba is not on the list. I'm terribly sorry. Ow. All right.
I got knocked down.
Yef with the soft J.
I will get up again, though.
Okay. Oh, very nice. I see what you did there. Yef with the soft J. What are you thinking?
I think we got to go some Right Said Fred with I'm Too Sexy.
Ooh. Oh, another fantastic song not on the list. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Can we get after this turn, I want you to give us hints.
Okay. Got it. All right. So Katie.
All right. I don't know. Mbop.
Again, another fantastic song not on the list. I tell you what, Mbop. Wow. Thanks, Hanson, for that. We really appreciate it. All right. And Matt, what do you got?
I'll tell you what, everybody who's said all these songs are on my list that I've created so far. So I can't believe this. How about, did anybody say the Thong Song?
The Thong Song by Cisco is number, where is it? There it is, 17 on the list.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice pull.
All right. So now, Jonathan, you want to work as a group? Is that what you're thinking, Jonathan?
Yeah, I think as a group, and I think if you can just give us some little tidbits that would help us work our way to it.
Absolutely. Okay. So number 2 on the list is about, we're going to say a posterior.
Baby Got Back?
Baby Got Back?
It is not Baby Got Back, no.
Oh.
Brick House?
Not Brick House.
The butt?
You in the butt?
Not the
God,
butt.
the butt comes up again.
Maybe it's about the front side of a female's body.
My humps.
Do you know what a
My humps is correct by the Black Eyed Peas. I don't know these things.
All angles.
I don't know these things. All right. This is number 3 is a 1980s song. I'm much more familiar with this song. And let's just say the artist, there was a crap load of them.
Rapper's Delight?
No, that's incorrect. By crap load, I mean there's at least 50 artists on this song.
Oh, we are the world?
Say for Africa?
Yeah.
Are the World, number 3 on the list. Well done. Next one. It is by a Canadian group. One of my personal favorites.
1 Week?
1 Week by the Bare
Wow.
Naked Ladies. Correct.
Wow, I would.
I don't agree with
Not
that.
on this list at
Well,
all.
they're talking about earworms and whatnot, and so here we
Okay.
go. The next one.
Don't worry, be happy.
Ow.
Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby
Aw.
McFerrin is
Also
correct.
not annoying. This list is bogus.
Hey, it's Mental Floss. Usually they do a pretty jam-up job on their list, so...
Apparently
I
they
assume
jammed
it
up.
was a survey somewhere at some point.
So the next one on here, because I'm just enjoying myself with this as it is there's a penny whistle in the beginning of the song.
My Heart Will Go On.
My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion, number 8
Nice.
is
What does a
correct.
penny whistle sound like?
It's the
Slide whistle.
yeah, it's a slide whistle, and at the very beginning of the song, it's that's a penny whistle.
What does it sound like? I don't listen to the song.
I cannot make a penny whistle noise with my mouth.
Well, do the woo, do that. What?
Ooh,
You know the Titanic song, dude.
Okay. Okay.
You know that song.
I can't remember it.
I
I just know there was a Cards Against Humanity card that says the penny whistle solo from My Heart Will Go On.
Oh, so good. Okay, this is in the 2000s, and it's by another Canadian group that so many people find annoying.
Nickelback,
yeah,
something or other.
What?
Photograph.
Photograph is correct. All right, shall I keep going, or do you want to hold up? Because we've still got a few more, obviously, from the now we're doing the bottom 10, or bottom 20.
I'll give us 3 more.
3 more, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Mambo number 5.
Number 5.
Nice. That's a good clue. I like that.
All right. Okay, the next one is...
You're beautiful.
Yes, James Blunt.
It's actually, if you're going to do this, let's keep going all of these.
All right.
It
All right,
is.
here we go. I'll try to do it without saying...
Wait. You lift me up?
No. This is a 1980 song. It was made very famous from a Tom Cruise movie. It is named after a German city. That's the group.
Berlin.
that
It's Berlin. What's the song? What's the song at
Take
Berlin?
My Breath Away.
Taking my breath away.
Take
my breath away. That's great.
Hey, I want to be a space cowboy. I want to
The
be the gangster
Joker.
of love. Yes,
The
number
Joker.
14. All right, here we go.
If you want to be my lover.
Wanna be.
This is so great.
That was great, Chris.
I think this is just the show now.
This is going to be a new
New
permanent bit.
Expedia group
Okay.
game show. Name that tune.
I didn't realize
That
Chris doing
tune
that.
I did.
starring Chris Hollister's vocal cords.
I didn't
And I think
realize-
it's like just off enough that you won't have to pay any royalties. It'll be great.
It is so good. I can absolutely see this becoming a thing.
Okay, this is the only song I can't do because I've literally have never heard this song before. But number 16 is called PPAP. Pen, apple, apple, pen.
Pineapple pen.
What's the group, Katie? Picataro?
I don't know. It's just a guy. He's a Japanese comedian that like released this as a joke song, and then for some reason it went viral.
Okay.
It's like, and I believe at the time that I think it might have actually hit number one, and it was the shortest ever song. Like it's like a 46-second song or something like that.
If it's that bad of an earworm, I can understand that. So, all right. So
I believe it's just him like repeating those 4 words in different cadences.
Oh my God!
Wow,
it's very silly.
Okay, so number 18 is.
Don't rock the bait. Don't rock the boat.
Rock the Boat by the Hughes Corporation. Correct.
Are y'all hearing him come through? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're just picking up on it faster than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
If you believe.
Oh yeah. If you believe in life after love.
Yes. Who did that?
Share. Sorry, Share.
Matt got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The music teacher.
Yes, there you go. And then number 20.
You need to teach your students how to do this. This is important life skills.
I specifically teach them how not to do that.
And then the last one.
I'm writing that down. That's a show title choice. I'm teaching them not to do this.
All right, here's number 20, the last one on the list. So those of you who hate this, you're welcome. It's almost done. So
nobody hates this.
Okay.
Nobody hates this.
I
want to party all the time.
Yes, Eddie
My
Murphy's
girl
party
wants
all
to
the
party all the time.
Yes.
Party all the time. That's a Weird Al version. She parties all the time.
And thanks to David Abalafia. That is your warming up Chris question of the episode. So thank you, David.
Thank you, David. That turned into a lot of fun. I suggest that people should send in songs for Chris to do imitations of. That's not even murdering a hit. That's seriously like
dissecting it.
It's name that tune in a new way.
I can't drink when Katie talks because usually I end up laughing, so I need to stop that.
All right, that is our warm it up, Chris, for the episode. Before we get started with the game, some really cool stuff is happening. So this episode number 330. I'm going to tell you right now. Next week, if you've thought about being a patron, now's the time to do it. Next week, episode 331. All 4 hosts will be in studio.
What?
It is a patron-only episode, but it is going to be Ben and Chris and Carmela and Jonathan all playing with Nick Groves hosting.
Are you sure I'm in it? I don't remember, but I didn't get that memo.
Well, you better call Angie and block off the day.
Oh man.
331. It is patron only, so if you've never thought about it, or if you have thought about it, go to trivialwarfarearmy.com, sign up at the $5 a month level or above to get access to hundreds of archived shows, as well as every other week, a new show that you can't hear anywhere else. And I'm super pumped. In a couple of hours, we're going to have this room full of awesome people.
That will be fantastic for sure. And Bonus Brigade stuff too. So Bonus Brigade!
Absolutely. And, the Weird Al bonus, I intend to edit that this weekend. So I'm expecting...
You're editing it?
Yes.
Wow.
Joel has already done his piece.
Oh, okay.
I need to go through it.
Gotcha.
I'm expecting to do that. So actually, when they hear this, it may already be out. So
there you go.
Bad timing from Jonathan. But the most important thing is the Everyday Q&A trivia calendar is now available for pre-sale for the 2022 calendar year. So, Katie, why don't you tell everybody all about it?
Hey, so hopefully you've had the calendar the past 2 years, but if not, we are doing it again for 2022. We're already well underway in putting together the annual best trivia calendar that exists. It is a desk calendar, new question every single day, including questions submitted by members of the Trivial Warfare community as well as the Inkling community. This year's is absolutely going to be the best one yet, and you can pre-order it right now at triviacalendar.net. And as always, if you order more than one, you get 20% off your entire order.
So triviacalendar.net. Now, some cool things with the calendar. First off, if there are things that change during the year, or if there is a fact check error, Humdinger will come behind on the Twitter feed and the Instagram feed. Humdinger is our hummingbird assistant. Humdinger will tell you if there was a mistake or if something has changed so that you can stay fully up to date every day of the year.
My question for y'all is can we get a Humdinger t-shirt?
Yes.
That sounds like an answer.
I would totally buy a Humdinger t-shirt. 'Cause
Wow.
That bird is
By
awesome.
popular demand, which is Chris asking for it one time, I will come up with the design of a Humdinger t-shirt.
I love it.
Power.
I love it.
Humdinger, the fact-checking hummingbird.
The other thing. So Katie and I have taken a risk this year.
Uh-oh.
So each year we've been conservative with the calendars. We've done our best to only print what we think we can sell, and each year we run out before people are done asking for them. And so we have printed more copies this year than ever before by a sizable margin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
We need the support then.
sell those calendars. Go, but
Yes.
no. I'm selling the calendars. You buy the calendars.
There you go.
Sell those calendars.
I was going to
Jesus.
say, are you and Sebastian going to show up at like Publix's around here, like the Girl Scout cookies selling calendars?
Get your trivia calendar here. Get your trivia calendar. Absolutely. We're excited. We think it is absolutely great. We think that there is a demand for it, and we're hoping that we sell out again.
Can I talk about it? Because I love this thing.
Yeah, shoot, yeah.
Absolutely.
I bought 4 of them
Oh, yeah.
for 2021
Thank you.
and gave 3 of them away as gifts. And it's always fun to talk with my friends that I gave them to. I'm like, hey, did you get today's question right or whatever? We talk about it. We love it. And it's like part of my regular morning routine. I wake up, take my shower, do my thing, get dressed, and I walk out to the kitchen. It's sitting right there on the counter. And I'm like, oh, and every day it's like a surprise. Oh my gosh, I got a question to read today. So I read it. And then if I know the answer, I just flip it over, or, maybe I'll think about it throughout the day or go ask my friends about it. But it's a lot of fun. I love it.
That's amazing. I love hearing
Thank
that. It makes me think about as people are getting back into the office. You made me think, Matt, about maybe a school environment. I think about a business environment. When one of these is sitting on your desk and you have coworkers around you, before a couple of weeks has gone by, if everybody around you is going to want to know what the question of the day is.
That's true.
It happens every time.
I have a friend who, during the pandemic, when everything switched to at home, she had her calendar at home, and it was part of their daily office Slack. Was she posted the question to quiz her?
That's
her office.
fantastic.
So cool.
I tell you, I give them out as gifts to coworkers, and they're amazing because it's a clean gift, so you don't have to worry about that. It's going to be work appropriate. It's going to be HR appropriate, and it's a fantastic gift, and you don't have to think about it. It's like, bam, here you go. You need a calendar every single day, and this has cool crap on it that you're going to learn stuff with.
There you go. So, once again, triviacalendar.net. Head over there today to pre-order your calendar for 2022. All right, so today's game, it's going to be Jonathan and Jeffrey versus Katie and Matt. Chris is hosting. It's episode number 330, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
All right, Chris, take it away.
Tell you what, Jonathan, I was nervous about writing this week's episode. Super
said that.
nervous.
You said
Yes,
that.
because of Katie being on it. Because beforehand, she was my friend Katie that I played trash with during Trivia Nationals. Now she's 3-time Jeopardy champion, Katie.
She's still Katie, though.
I know, but still, it's when Jeffrey Seguratan's going to be on the show also again. And it's going to be like, holy crap, that's the dude that took the beast down. And freaking the chase. So
Don't forget Courtney Shaw.
Yes, and Courtney Shaw's killing it right now.
Right now. Actually, I didn't see last night. Katie, do you have an update?
5-time now.
Oh,
Oh my
Courtney,
God.
that is awesome.
Current 5-day champion Courtney Shaw. also award head. Man, I am legitimately pumped by all of the awesome game show success that our listeners have had this year. Oh my God, it's so cool.
Oh yes, fist bumps for all of y'all, or
Absolutely.
elbow bumps, whichever you're more comfortable with. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy these questions. I really appreciate it. Your first question in round 1 is in geography.
Geography.
Geography it is. What sea has coasts on the following countries? Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Italy, Montenegro, and Slovenia.
Jeff, I totally agree. I think that is the right answer, and we can lock that in.
All right.
We're locked in. Katie and Matt, you can talk.
So Katie said Adriatic. That was my very first thought as well. How sure are you on that?
I am fairly sure. Croatia, I think, is the key there. Like, it's definitely Croatia only has one coast, and my friend's little sister married a Croatian, and like I think there was like a proposal like in a boat on the sea, and I feel like that's the reason Adriatic is locked in on in my head there. I
like it. You've got a whole lot more reason than I do to go with Adriatic.
I mean, I wasn't there, so I it's possible I could be misremembering the story.
And just so we're not going down the wrong path here, but the Aegean's on the other side, right?
I am confident in that. I believe believe that is like more Greece, but I could be wrong. Just I don't want to like say I have full thunder, but I do feel confident in Adriatic.
And we're being more specific than just the Mediterranean, right? Obviously, I'm assuming here. All right, I like Adriatic. You can, if you want to lock it in.
All right, let's lock it in.
So Jeff, you had this quick.
Oh yeah, it takes you back to the episode of Cheers when Coach's little thing about Albania. And he had his little song, Albania, Albania, you border on the Adriatic.
Oh, my God.
Exports are, and I don't remember the rest.
Oh, my God. See, what's funny is I was remembering it from a different song.
Oh.
There was the song, Italy to the left of me, Croatia to the right, here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yeah, no, it's not a real song, Chris.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I've never heard that before.
It's the Adriatic.
All right, and your answer is the Adriatic Sea. Well done, both teams. All right, let's go into question 2.
You can congratulate us on a single question. We wouldn't mind.
Woohoo!
You said well done, everybody.
Yes. Okay, congratulations on getting the first question right. I like getting the first question right because that sets the tone for the whole episode. So there you go. Your second question in round 1 is in animals and horoscopes.
Aminals!
I've missed you, buddy. All right, your question is, what animal is last alphabetically in the Chinese horoscope?
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
I feel like we've had discussions about the end of this horoscope and whether or not certain animals have been there. Or we discussed certain animals being there.
I remember a very specific incident.
With Ben?
Yes.
Yes.
That is this question.
Yes.
And I'm trying to remember specifically what it was that he said that threw me off and what the right answer was. And I think, and Jeff, that's what I think the right answer is the last one that I said.
Okay.
So I'd be okay with that. Are you good with it?
Yeah, I'm good with it. You can lock that in.
All right. We are locked in.
Okay, Matt, let's see if you've thought of any that I haven't, because I've come up with 9 out of the 12.
Then you probably got everything I've got.
Okay.
Is snake one?
Snake is one for sure.
And then rooster.
Rooster, I didn't. Well, wait. So I know that one of them is commonly written down as cock. So
right.
I guess that would be the same.
Hello.
And I feel like referencing this incident with Ben that I've heard a long time ago. It was in reference to yak, I believe.
Okay. And I don't think yak is on there.
Okay, and I feel like they went with it and it was wrong and I don't know.
Yeah, so out of the 9 I've got, tiger is last. So here's what I've got. I've got tiger, ox, snake, rooster / cock, rat, rabbit, monkey, dog, and dragon.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with all those.
I've spent enough time at Chinese restaurants.
Dog and dragon.
What's a dog and dragon?
One that barks.
And
dog and dragon.
Let's go with tiger.
Okay. Yeah. So tiger is the last on the ones I was able to come up with. So let's lock in with tiger.
You know what?
Right, this is your answer, Jonathan.
Yeah, you know what we think of the Chinese zodiac animals? They're great. We went with Tiger. Yeah, so the After Dark episode where Ben spent the last hour and a half to 2 hours in the restroom cleaning up, mostly. Every time that a question that I didn't know by myself would get asked, I'd shout into the bathroom and see if he could contribute. And it was the end of the game. It was the gauntlet, and this was a question.
Oh, okay.
And I was leaning towards Tiger, and he's like, wait. Yak. Like, I don't care.
That just wasn't the sound he was making.
I don't care what you're doing in there. He's like, no, the yak.
That explains why I don't remember that, because I don't listen to the After Dark.
Yeah, he cost me the game.
The After Dark episodes are the only episodes of the show I don't listen to. So, but
that in current episodes.
That is so not true.
Really?
I just have to catch up.
Oh, well, that's okay. Everybody.
I know. Well, it's just I hear you, but when work slows down, I'm able to catch up. So
there we go.
All right. Anyway, and your answer is Tiger.
Yes.
Well done, both teams.
Thanks, Tony.
Yes, and you blew my. They're great.
Oh, really? You were going to do that?
Yes, of course I was. How can you not answer Tiger and not be that? Yes. Anyway, all right. Your last question in the first round is in music and TV, and the question is: what band has been the house band for both Late Night and The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon since 2009?
I got Thunder.
You got Meow Meows,
Jeffrey.
We do too.
Oh, do I do a 3, 2, 1 double Meow Meow here?
I'm happy to count it down.
All right, well,
let her count it down.
May I please?
I'm so sorry.
Invoke the hammer first.
Forgive me. It's been a while.
You can do 3, 2, 1 with Matt, because he actually typed it before I did.
It's all out of sorts now. I don't even want to do it.
It's not organic anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
You'll have a chance to do it later, I'm sure.
Meow meow.
Here, may I?
No.
Please?
Fine.
Thank you. Meow meow.
That was pretty good, Chris. Bob's first time was super lame. That was pretty good.
That was a lot of fun, actually.
It is fun, isn't it?
It is.
I'm telling you, I enjoy it tremendously.
I felt like Prince Adam of Eternia with the He-Man sword, man.
The power of Grayskull.
No, I have the power. Meow meow. All right, so Matt, you're going to count it down, and you and Jonathan are going to say it together. So you'll do 3, 2, 1, and then the answer. Okay?
I'm counting down?
Yes, you are, because you're on a little bit of a delay.
Gotcha. How about 3, 2, 1?
The Roots. You're supposed to say it too.
I thought Katie was saying it because I was counting.
You were saying it. You were saying it.
They don't get credit now.
We lose credit. Chat. We also locked in with it.
Yeah.
So
fine.
We
God.
Oh, we're just all out of sorts here. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
You typed it first.
Anyway, yes, your answer is The Roots. And by the way, I don't know how Jimmy landed that, but and they're fantastic.
They're fun.
They are so much fun, especially when they do the Schoolhouse Instruments songs. Those make me chuckle every single time.
MJ is a huge Jimmy Fallon fan.
Ah, very cool.
So I've been seeing a lot of, I don't like staying up that late. If I'm staying up that late, I'm not watching TV.
You're usually working.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
So we watch a lot of YouTube stuff.
Oh, cool.
Like you go back and just skip all the blah, blah, blah and just get to the good stuff.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So excellent. Well, after one round, we have a perfect score for both teams, 30-30. Your first question in the second round is in sports ball.
Sports.
And your question is, ESPN analyst Pam Shriver was the regular ladies doubles partner for what tennis star in the 1980s, winning 79 women's double titles, including 7 Australian Opens, 5 Wimbledons, 5 U.S. Opens, and 4 French Opens.
Yes, Jonathan, that's what I was typing too.
Sweet, we're going to lock in.
All right. So, Katie and Matt, you can talk it out.
I'm so bad at tennis.
I can name some female tennis players. Unfortunately, I am not very good at the eras, so I might, I know not to say Serena Williams, but I could easily say someone that's off by 2 decades. Steffi Graf exists.
She does exist.
I was going to say, she's probably happy to hear that.
Well, can you repeat the name of the partner that you gave us?
Yeah, ESPN analyst Pam Shriver.
Pam Shriver. Navratilovan's coming to mind.
Okay, that's also a name I can name. But she's one where I had no concept of the era.
And I feel like she could possibly be earlier than that. but I know
I don't think
she's
she. I was thinking later, if anything. So I would be fine with saying her.
But then, and Steffi Graf was 90s.
Okay.
Maybe
That
80s.
seems reasonable.
This is how bad I am at tennis. I really don't know.
Same.
Have you thought about
I like
Babe
Navratilova.
Zaharias?
I'm good with that.
Babe, I know that Babe Zaharias she was also a golfer too, right?
That was her main.
And that was long ago.
That's one that I got correct on Jeopardy thanks to
I remember
competing podcast. not that this competition, but I knew that from misinformation.
I was about to say we don't compete with any podcast. We're friends.
Oof. I'm nervous that Navratilova's too early. Chris Everett.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw out names and.
I'm gonna you're naming more people than I can, so okay. I'm also gonna let you lock in with whatever you want.
Well, locking in with an absolute guess because I'm completely unsure of the era. I think we're gonna go Steffi Graf.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this person pretty much has the record for most majors won if you include doubles and mixed doubles. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it is Martina Navratilova.
Oh no!
And she was active 70s, all through the 80s, and into the 90s.
Okay.
This woman's dominant stint was definitely through the 80s, where she just basically ran roughshod, very similar to what Serena Williams did in the 2000s and the early aughts. But it was Martina Navratilova.
Oh no!
I just went.
I mean, you were there, bro. You were there.
Oh.
That's okay. You'll bounce back on this one. I feel it, Matt. I got to feel it. Because this question is in science.
Science.
I was hoping you were going to say music education. Since you called out Matt on that.
Katie and Matt were so distraught from their last question that they didn't say science.
No.
It was just me and Jeff.
Man. And this category is in science.
Science.
Oh my God.
Pitiful.
This is pathetic.
Shame.
I feel like I'm on the record as never yelling science. So.
I am just disappointed.
I'm a little heartbroken, actually.
God.
It's one of my favorite parts of the show, and you ruined it.
Now we got to take him down.
Third time's a charm.
Well, Matt says he wants to do it again.
All right. Here we go. And your second question in round 2 is in science.
Science.
All right, that had a little more energy, but not everybody did it again.
Katie's flexing her Jeopardy.
Yes.
She's like, I don't need to do this. I'm a champion.
I am more than you. All right. Your question is...
I did it.
They get so big.
Okay, and I'll end up spelling this afterwards, but a cathode ray tube is a vacuum tube that emits what type of particle into the evacuated space of the tube? And it's spelled C-A-T-H-O-D-E.
What kind of particle, huh?
Yes. And for those who watch grammar, my apologies for saying the word tube 3 times in one sentence.
I want to see if the wording makes a difference. Could you read it one more time?
Yes. A cathode ray tube is a vacuum tube that emits what type of particle into the evacuated space of the tube?
Okay, that would work.
Mary, you want to go with that?
Yeah.
We're also locked in.
All right.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, then we can talk. Jeffrey and I were just in the process of locking in. So a cathode ray tube is typically called a CRT. Back in the days before we had flat screen monitors, your big computer monitors were called CRTs. Your old televisions were also called CRTs. So this is something that is projecting onto a screen. And if it's a vacuum, then the particle that's projecting is probably light. Different kinds of light and colors of light. And so the light particles are called photons. So we guessed photons.
Okay. And Matt and Katie.
You can go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, we said photon because I knew it was definitely a CRT TV, and we went with photon.
Yep.
May have to do a check on this. The answer that I have, and you guys can correct me on it or we can look it up, is electrons.
Oh, wow.
Electrons.
That's different than photons.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I was doing some reading on the history of television. That's how I got this question. So anyway, but no, I'm sorry. Everybody got it wrong. 10 points for Hufflepuff. That's it.
For you.
Thank you. Yes. For Hufflepuff. So anyway, but the answer is in fact electrons. So, all right.
I wonder how that works.
Very carefully. And usually scientifically.
Okay.
Yes. Scientifically. All right, your last question in round 2 is, I was told there be no math. And this question is actually brought to us by Clint Givens. So, Clint, thank you very much.
All right, Clint, here we go. Judgment looms.
All right. What 5-letter word, reminiscent of a fruit, refers to a minor mathematical theorem that plays a role as a stepping stone to proving another more significant result?
You ready to lock in, Katie?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, we're locked in.
All right. So, I mean, I have the best answer that I have, Jeff, is what I was saying, is a proof. So the way that I remember mathematically, I remember doing theorems in geometry when I was young, right? And there's theorems, there's theories, there's laws, and there's proofs. And I believe that proofs are the ones that are the smallest thing. They're used to help prove the validity of the theorem that you're doing. They're basic, like, I can't give you a valid example of a proof, but I'll give you something that could relate to it. Like in geometry, it could be like a 3-step process where it's like, if this, then this, then this, right?
Okay.
It's like, so and this isn't a proof, so people don't jump down my back, but if like you have a straight line and there's another line that touches it, there's going to be 2 angles created. If one of the angles is 90 degrees, then the other one is also going to be 90 degrees because the flat line has to add to 180, right? That kind of thing that's just a standard. You know this to be a fact, and it helps to pin up the theoretical things that they're trying to figure out. So I don't know the fruit part of this at all. We talked about peaches, apples, melons, that kind of stuff. I don't know. Proof is the best I have.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I've got Chris's proverbial bag over here.
So, I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not convinced it's right, but I don't have anything better.
Just the fruit part is, but none of these fruits, 5-letter fruits we can come up with, straight math into me.
Kiwis and oranges and apples and pears and tangerines and nectarines and grapes.
Coconuts.
Avocado,
passion
tomato.
Go with the math term that we know is a math term and hope there's a fruit relation to it.
Okay, we're going to say proof.
All right.
Katie and Matt.
We went the other direction and just wrote down some 5-letter fruit names, and we went with apple because maybe Isaac Newton apple, maybe that somehow became a nickname for a theorem thing.
That makes sense.
It's not something we've heard. We just made this up. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much sense it makes.
I'm just saying they could say, oh, the apple is what led Newton to something else.
Right.
So I could
That's exactly what we were thinking.
Yeah.
With our absolutely no idea.
All right. Well, unfortunately, it's 10 points for Clint, so good job, Clint. But the answer is lemma, Lemma. Lemma.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
The word lemma derives from the ancient Greek, which is meaning anything which is received, such as a gift, profit, or a bribe.
That question was a lemma.
Oh, I see what you did there.
All
right.
No, it really wasn't. That's learning.
All right.
That's new for us.
There you go. Have some Greek while you're at it.
Is that the root of a dilemma?
I do not know, but I can check on that as if you give me a few minutes
later. Yeah, later.
All right, cool. Well, after 2 rounds, Jonathan and Jeff still in the lead, are now in the lead. Excuse me, not still, but now in the lead. 40 to Katie and Matt's 30.
All right,
and it is round 3, and like I like to do from time to time, round 3 is a tri-bond round. So it's going to be 3 questions of tri-bonds.
Oh my!
All right.
Oh my.
So the first one is a history tri-bond. And the question is, what war did the following 3 battles occur in? The First Battle of Marne, Marne, the Battle of Verdun, Verdun, and the Battle of Jutland, Jutland.
Yep, I agree.
All right, we can lock in.
Okay. I'm thinking World War One.
Sure. I'm not the first-year person on my trivia team. Verdun sounds familiar to me, and I was thinking World War or one of the World Wars. If you think it's World War
definitely one of the World Wars, and I'm thinking one.
Sure, love it.
All right,
Okay.
Locked in with World War One.
Yeah, so I listened to Hardcore History. Dan Carlin does that show, and he did an extensive set of shows on World War I, and so all of these were things that were talked about. So we said World War I.
Okay, and your answer is World War I. Well done, both teams.
All right.
the proverbial schneid from the previous 2 questions. So good job. Your second one is a music tribond. Music. What musical group has released the following 3 albums? Vessel, Blurry Face, and Trench.
I'm 100% on that.
Oh, no.
All right, we can go with you,
All right.
Katie. Yep.
Locked in.
So Jeffrey,
Yes.
one of the lines in a song that was popular by 21 Pilots is, "My name is Blurry Face, and I care what you think."
Oh, I didn't even know that's what they were singing.
Yeah. So that makes me think that is going to be 21 Pilots.
Yeah, it's no albums I have, so I can agree with anything you say on that one.
All right, we're going to say 21 Pilots.
Okay. And Katie and Matt.
Yep, I know this is a hot take on the show in particular, but I cannot stand 21 Pilots, but I do know that Blurry Face is one of their albums, so that's what I locked in with.
And your answer is Katie's favorite group, 21 Pilots.
I went to the concert
With Carmela, right?
Carmela a couple of years ago, and I've tried both of the more recent albums, and yeah, I'm struggling. Like, they had the one good album that I really liked, and the album since then, I'm struggling to do more than like one song that's okay.
What was the one that you really liked?
Blurry Face.
Oh, Blurry Face. Okay. All right. Just checking. Fantastic. Well, let's go into the final question and going into the midpoint. The category is geography tribond.
Geography. So
name the country with the following 3 cities. And I'll end up spelling some because I'm sure I'll mispronounce a couple of these. But Subarang, Perea, Subang, Jaya, and Georgetown. And those are 2 separate words, Georgetown, not Georgetown. So Subarang is Seberang, and then Perea is Perai. The second one is Subang Jaya, Subangjaya.
Are these one word or 2?
They're 2 words, but actually all 3 cities are 2 words. And then the last one is Georgetown. And I will let you know that they are the second, third, and fourth most populated cities in this country.
Oh.
Teams, 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yeah, I really can't think of anything else there, Jonathan.
Jeff, do you want to lock in with that?
I'll go ahead and lock in with that.
All right, we're locked in.
I have like 4 different lines of thought going in our chat here. We have a few lines of thought going because, so I'm pretty sure the capital of Guyana is called Georgetown, but these other 2 cities sound South Asian to me.
I agree.
And my top thought right now is Sri Lanka, because I know the capital of Sri Lanka, like it's very long, and I can see why, if it's the most populous, he might leave that out, because it's like Sri Jaya Ewardhan Pura. But it has that Jaya in there, which is why my mind went to Sri Lanka. And I feel like it would be very plausible that there would be 3 cities that are among the most populous in Sri Lanka that I've never heard of.
and there's probably Georgetowns all over the place too. So
right.
And for that area, I like it. So
and I think Sri Lanka was a British Commonwealth country at one point, so the Georgetown would make sense.
Exactly. Okay, let's go.
Okay, with lock. Okay,
yep.
We're gonna lock in with Sri Lanka.
All right, Jeffrey.
Yeah, okay, I screwed that one up, Jonathan. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, she said Guyana, and I'm like, oh, crap, she's right. I was writing Guyana's neighbor when I was thinking Georgetown, and I put Suriname.
Oh,
which
I wish I had brought that up then.
Yeah, which it's Guyana is the capital.
That's the one that you wanted to say Guyana, but we said Suriname.
I wanted to say Guyana, but we said Suriname.
All right, so we said Suriname.
Anyway.
Well, the most populated, by the way, just to let you know, these 3 cities all have over 700,000 people living in each of them. So
well, it's neither Guyana or Suriname then.
Bangladesh?
If I told you Kuala Lumpur.
Cambodia?
Malaysia.
The answer is Malaysia.
Okay.
Malaysia.
So right part of the world for us.
Yeah.
But I mean.
All right. Well, that was whiz bang going into midpoint.
Whiz bang.
Going into the midpoint, Jonathan and Jeff still in the lead with 60, but Katie and Matt super close behind with 50 points. And because of that, and using my new midpoint methodology, Matt and Katie, you get to decide what the midpoint category is since you guys are both behind. And your two categories that you get to choose from is a Rob Warman U.S. geography question or a Derek Schropel sports question.
Geography.
Yep.
All right. Give me just a minute to move that into my question part, and we will ask it. Okay. So your midpoint category is in geography, and this is thank you. Many thanks go to Rob Warman for that question.
Rob Warman.
And just to let you know, Jonathan, crazy enough, this is my only Rob Warman question in this whole episode. I know, crazy talk. For 5 points each, name the 4 states that share a border with 2 other states only.
Okay.
There's 4 of these. And just to let you know, Washington, D.C. does not count yet. It's not considered a state yet. Because when it will be, that'll be number 5.
Okay, we're locked in.
All right, cool. So, Jeff and Jonathan, you have about a minute left.
No, Jeff, you mean Vermont, right? Vermont touches Penn.
No.
Delaware only touches Maryland.
No, Delaware touches...
No,
right
Delaware's...
at Philadelphia. Right at Philadelphia, there's that curvy part at the very top of Delaware that cuts into the very bottom of Pennsylvania by Philadelphia.
Are you sure? Because Delaware is tucked into Maryland on the coast. It's like just a little carve out.
The very north border, I think, touches Pennsylvania. Maine is the only one that touches one other state.
Yeah, if that's true, then Delaware would be the right answer.
But I think there's some weird ass border on the Delaware River with New Jersey, where there's even like parts of.
I don't even see how that could be possible. I'm not looking at a map,
but yeah, it confused me at first. But I was thinking New Jersey or Delaware, but I think they both touch each other, and because we've got 3 others, and I can't figure out what the.
I think you got to go Delaware, dude. I don't see a better option. And unless you're saying, is Connecticut closed in by Massachusetts on the left-hand side?
No, Connecticut touches Rhode Island,
and
New
Massachusetts.
York, and Massachusetts.
What else does it touch?
Rhode Island,
That's
Mass,
one.
and New York.
New York. Okay. Then I say you go Delaware.
All right. Well, we're going to lock those 4 in then?
Yeah, call them out.
Okay, we're going Washington State, South Carolina, Rhode Island, and Delaware.
Okay. And,
now I'm slightly nervous now because the very first one I came up with was Florida. And if Jonathan didn't come up with Florida, I'm very worried.
Yeah.
No. I'm very confident it's not Florida.
Oh, crap.
Georgia and Alabama, what else?
Mississippi.
Right.
It doesn't touch
I don't think it makes it all the way to Mississippi.
No, because I had to when I drove across the Panhandle to get from Pensacola to New Orleans, I had to go through both Alabama and Mississippi. Anyway, we wrote Florida, Washington, Rhode Island, and South Carolina, and Delaware definitely does touch Pennsylvania, for the record.
Okay,
I forgot about
Delaware's ridiculous. That tiny thing carved into Maryland touches 3 states when it doesn't actually look like it touches any.
Yeah, because I brought it up because I knew it touched Maryland and Pennsylvania, but Matt brought up that it also touches New Jersey.
Okay.
So one team got all 4 right. One team did not. Your answers are Washington State, South Carolina, Rhode Island, and Florida.
Wow.
20 points for Katie and Matt. 15 points for Jonathan and Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff. I swear to God, I thought that Florida touched Mississippi on the end there. I didn't. I put it out of my mind immediately.
For some reason, I never went there.
So after the midpoint, Katie and Matt caught up a little bit. It is 75 for Jonathan and Jeff to Katie and Matt 70. So we got a good game going on right now.
All right, that is the end of the first half. Before we go on to the second half, I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online service that connects you with counselors who can work with you to resolve issues in your life, resolve problems in your life, or you know what? They can just talk to you and help you take a step forward. Maybe you just need a listening ear in your life. They can get that for you too. When you sign up for BetterHelp, you'll start communicating in under 48 hours. This is not self-help. This is real counseling. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, You're going to be messaging back and forth with your counselor. You're going to have access for support throughout the week that isn't common in a therapeutic environment. We're not talking about a once-a-month visit here. We're not talking about talking for 1 hour a week or 1 hour a month. You use this as much as you need to. You can text throughout the week, and you have your weekly meetings. It is a really great way to stay in touch and to stay connected and to really make progress as you do things throughout the week. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, too. You can even get financial aid in some cases. This is a worldwide service. It doesn't matter if you're in Timbuktu or Phoenix, Arizona. You can get help for things like depression, grief, self-esteem, anger, anxiety, stress, whatever you need help with. They have somebody they can connect you to that can help you. It's convenient, it's professional, it's affordable. You should check out BetterHelp now. You can start living a happier life today. As a listener of Trivial Warfare, you'll get 10% off of your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/TWA. You can join over 1 million people who have already done this and taken charge of their mental health. They went to BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/TWA. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
All right, round 4, question 1 is Chris destroys a hit.
Oh, my.
All right, not that I've already destroyed countless songs already, but here comes another one. So, Jonathan, this one's for you, buddy. I want you to name the following 1998 mega hit that hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 list for 2 weeks. All right, 2 weeks. Here we go. The reason I breathe is you. Boy, you got me blinded. Oh, pretty baby, there's nothing I wouldn't do. It's not the way I planned it. So, to give you guys the words.
Hey, a little...
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do a little bit, yes.
You should have asked me to give you a beat.
Oh, can you give me a beat?
Too late.
Oh, that's a bummer. All right, anyway, the lines are this. The reason I breathe is you. Boy, you got me blinded. Line 3, oh, pretty baby. Line 4, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. And the final, it's not the way I planned it.
1998?
1998. Mega hit.
That's misleading.
It is not misleading.
Oh, this is not a good era of music for me.
I can almost get the tune, but it's not coming to me.
All right, teams, 2 minutes.
I'm good with just going with what you said, Matt. I'm not going to come up with anything else.
But it's what you said, actually.
Well, yeah, it was a collaboration. You suggested the artist.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
60 seconds, teams.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We're locked in.
I'm nowhere near the tune on this, so I have to go with what you just said.
It seems so vaguely familiar.
Jeff, it could be like a Mariah Carey song. She was...
Yeah, it very well could be. I'm just... Mariah Carey's not the type of music I know. So.
No, me neither.
I mean, she was the first artist that popped into mind. But
I have my old standby Tony Braxton on Break My Heart. I mean, it fits the genre, it sounds like.
It kind of does.
But that's too... I think it's earlier. I couldn't name an individual Mariah Carey song that's not like Daydream or something early.
Fantasy.
It could be Janet Jackson. What if it's... didn't Janet Jackson do a song, If... Did she do a song named If?
I'm not familiar with it, but she very well could have.
Janet Jackson seems like a solid fit from a time perspective. She was huge.
Yeah, you're right. She was big at that time. So if you think If is a title of a song from then, we can go with that.
All right. Well, I mean, we got no answers worth giving, so we'll might as well take a guess at an artist. We'll guess If by Janet Jackson.
Okay. And Katie and Matt.
And with Zero Thunder.
Nothing at all.
We have locked in with Oops, I Did It Again by Ms. Britney Spears.
We did talk, I did name like Britney and Christina around then, and Mariah and Aaliyah maybe too early for her, I don't know.
Well, this artist has been in the news the last couple weeks.
Oh, it's Britney.
My Loneliness Is Killing Me.
Really?
Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
You know what? It sucks because I literally thought about it.
Oh, crap.
Yes,
I thought about
you
it.
chose the wrong Britney Spears song.
What
we
did
also
they choose?
suggested that, but the phrase "it's not the way I planned it" seemed more like an "oops, I did it again" line than a "hit me baby one more time" line.
Oh, Oops, I Did It Again is a different song.
Yeah, yes, that was off her second album. This was her very first song. And the reason why I clarified it as a mega hit, Jonathan, is because she changed musical genre with that song.
I'll give you that.
All right.
I thought "Oops, I Did It Again" was earlier too. So I mean, I thought it was the first big single for her. So
she was literally the first person that I named. And I couldn't get to the song from the lyrics, and I know that song.
The reason I breathe is you. Boy, you got me blinded. Oh, pretty baby. There's nothing I would.
There it is.
Oh, pretty baby.
we needed the line. How was I
planned it?
I hate it. I don't hate this. I didn't hate the video. I remember buying that. This before she was famous, before she got big. I remember buying the album. People were like, why did you buy that album? It's like, hey, I want her to make more stuff. So I'm supporting with my dollars.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, another 10 points for Chris. So that's a little bit of a bummerito. But hey, that's all right. Let's go into the second question where we actually have another geography question.
We are more bummerito than you are, my friend.
Fair
In
enough.
fact, bummerito is the food version. For the drink version, I think that was a bummerita.
Oh, bummerita. Gotcha.
We all drank
extra salt.
We all drank some bummeritas there.
That sounds like a weird sex thing, Jonathan.
What makes it weird, Katie? Don't
last
judge.
episode I was on was After Dark. I apologize.
Don't judge people's preferences, Katie. Live and let live.
Okay, I take back the word weird. It just sounds like a morally neutral sex thing, Jonathan.
Morally neutral.
I mean, that's how you know if somebody's your type. It's like, hey, would you drink the bummerita? Like, okay, we're compatible.
Oh, you guys got me crying now. Okay. All right. So your geography question is, what 2,700-year-old Sicilian port shares a name with a city in New York State?
Yes, Jeff. Yes. Okay. Love it. We're locked in.
Okay, they're locked in. I guess Jonathan loves it.
I love it.
Katie and Matt, what do you got?
My first thought was Syracuse, but we're thinking that's Greek, not Sicilian. But it also seems like Sicily could have been ruled by Greeks at some point a very long time ago. You throw up Palermo, Palermo's in Sicily, but I don't think that's
That's New York City.
Yeah.
New York City.
I am blanking on cities.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go the New York State route. I grew up just south of the upstate
Rochester.
Western New York border, so I know a lot of small cities in that area. Saratoga, probably not. Seneca Falls, definitely not. Troy?
Something start with a C.
Troy, definitely not Sicilian. Albany. So it's just a C.
Albuquerque.
Any start with C. I think there's a Sicilian C city. Is it on the East Coast? Catania? Catan? No, I don't know.
Gosh, I'm reading a book right now that is partially set in Sicily too, but I can't think of any city names.
What was the name of Dorothy and why can't I think of Estelle Getty's character? Sophia's town.
Ithaca?
Oh, okay. Yes, there's definitely Ithaca, New York. That's.
But 100%. I don't know if that's a. Yeah, but I don't know if that's a Sicilian city.
I thought you were going the other way.
Sorry,
I thought you were suggesting it's a Sicilian place. Okay. I mean, I don't hate that. It definitely sounds like it could be.
I know St. Olaf's. That was Rose.
Yeah. Minnesota. Picture it. Sicily, 1914. 60 seconds, team.
Catalina? I don't know why I'm stuck on this C thing. I feel like there's a C one that I'm...
And I'm not coming up with any, aside from Cooperstown.
Right.
I'm not coming up with any New York cities that start with C. Yonkers.
Yeah.
I'm good with either Ithaca or Syracuse.
You call it, because the last time I called it, it's been wrong.
Ithaca. Let's go Ithaca.
Okay.
Do you want me to? I
fine.
didn't say the word's locked in. I can switch it to Syracuse. Okay, wait, no, Syracuse. I'm going Syracuse.
Oh my gosh.
Syracuse.
All right. Is
She said locked in.
that your locked in answer?
Yeah, she said locked in. We're locked
Okay.
in.
All right. So J and J.
So we made sure to give them plenty of time to finalize their answer. We didn't want to influence. We didn't want to change anything. Jeffrey floated the word to me with a question mark of Syracuse. And I do believe that Syracuse was a Sicilian port city, so we said Syracuse.
All right. It is home of the Orange. It is Syracuse.
Yeah.
I
went at the last second. I'm like, well, no, wait. I don't know.
This one, another history podcast. Mike Duncan does Revolutions, which I've talked about a bunch of times, which I love.
And you spurred me on. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's so good. I'm glad you're listening now.
Yep.
Before he did that one, though, he did the history of Rome.
Oh, interesting.
And in the history of Rome, there was a series of wars all throughout the area, and Sicily was a part of that. And so I believe actually in the Punic Wars, the Carthaginians set up a base in Syracuse. And so that's why it stuck in my head as being something in Sicily.
Very cool. Well done, both teams. And Katie and Matt, just do a collective phew.
I mean, y'all had Ithaca. I was ready to talk, but I wanted to give it room to breathe. I didn't want to rush you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jonathan.
And for me, I'm just like, no, go back.
Yeah, it's like I thought they talked themselves out of it, and I'm like, all right.
Hey, and just going back a couple questions. Dilemma. It is Greek dilemma is a double proposition, a technical term and rhetoric from die to plus lema, premise, anything received or taken from the root from the Greek word. So yes.
So lemma is the word. The same word, and it's just adding a prefix to it.
Yep, that's correct. So good ear on that, Jonathan.
You have a lemma and you have a dilemma.
That's right. All right. Lemma. Who got the keys to my Beamer?
You got a proof and a problem.
That's right.
By adding the die.
All right. So your last question, round 4, is brought to you by Douglas Hooten. So Douglas, thank you very much.
Who?
Douglas Hooten.
Who?
Let the dogs in. Who let the Douglas in?
I'm just doing a Hooten joke.
Hooty.
Oh, God.
All right.
Thank you, Douglas.
Yes. Douglas's question is a history question for y'all. And the question is, the Whitechapel Bell Foundry is notable for producing dozens of famous church bells in Australia, the UK, and the United States, and was at the time that it closed in 2017, the oldest manufacturing company of any type in Great Britain at 447 years old. Name one of the two famous bells that were cast in its foundry. The first in 1752 for the United States, and the second for just over 100 years later in 1858 for England. For 2 bonus points, bonus brigade. Name them both.
Ooh.
And I know I hit you guys up with a lot, but the first famous bell was in 1752 for the United States. The second, just over 100 years later in 1858 for England.
You want to lock in, Matt?
Unless you can think of any other bells.
I don't. Yeah, I think we're good. Locked in.
With a primary answer and a bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
All right. Are
we're
we
good.
All right. So Jeff, do you think it's Big Ben and the Liberty Bell?
I guess those are really the only 2 major bells I can think of.
When did Big Ben
either country
get constructed? Do you know? The bell tower, Westminster Tower, or whatever it is. Obviously, I don't know, but they might have added. I think they added the bell later. Now that I say it, do you have any idea what the history of that is? When it went up?
That's probably about the right time period.
Mm-hmm. He said
I'm trying to remember,
1858. This would have been during Victoria's rule.
1858, and I know, I suppose it was a Learned League question about, the person that was named after was a really tall prime minister or something.
Big Ben.
I think that was, Big Ben, and I'm thinking that's about the right time period.
That does feel good to me. I think we should go with that as a primary, and then Liberty Bell would be the secondary.
Yeah, I know Liberty Bell was cast in England, but that actually seemed early for me for the year, but I could be completely mistaken on that.
Yeah, I don't know the history of that either. I've seen it. I've been there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to name any other bell associated with the Americas pre-revolution or after, actually. There's only one American bell I know, so that's going to be our answer.
Yep. So
all right.
Big Ben is the primary and Liberty Bell is the secondary?
Yep. Locked in.
All right.
And we did the reverse. We did Liberty Bell primary, Big Ben secondary.
Okay. And just to let you know, Douglas did not add the United States and England part. I did. So my apologies. It should say the colonies, not the United States. Obviously, the United States did not exist in 1752. So my apologies for sloppy editing on that. But your answer is in 1752, the Liberty Bell. And in 1858, it was, in fact, Big Ben.
There we go.
There you go. So 12 points for each team. Man, all right. This is a good slugfest out right now.
Shout out to the Bonus Brigade.
Bonus Brigade!
Hope you enjoyed that Weird Al bonus that hopefully came out last week.
There you go. I'm sure it was fabulous. All right. So after 4 rounds, Jonathan and Jeff stay in the lead, 97, but Katie and Matt not far behind with 92. And your next question is, in fact, in science.
Science.
Thank you.
There we go. We got them all that time.
And your question is, herpes zoster is more commonly known by what name? Zoster is Zoster.
Jeff, ironically, I just had a conversation about this on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Legitimately on Thursday. I 100% agree with you. That is the right answer. And we have...
Wow. That scared the pee out of me. I'm sorry. We're going to clean up on aisle 9 because of that one.
Chris, I need a trigger warning on Meow Meows, please.
Yeah, for real. That terrified me. All right. So Katie and Matt, you can talk about it.
No, so for some reason, I was thinking that we were looking for the name of an animal, and I was like, well, herpetologists study reptiles, so it's going to be a reptile. But no, animal was not mentioned at all. And yeah, your suggestion of cold sore does sound right. Now that I realize we're not looking for an animal.
I guess we could be. I mean, all he did was give us
that's true.
The term or the name, but I'm pretty sure that cold sores are related to the herpes, a herpes type virus. So
no, I think what we really need to figure out here now is it more likely that in the last week, Jonathan was having a conversation about reptiles or cold sores?
Maybe both.
What about reptiles with cold sores?
Sure. Have you been making out with any reptiles, Jonathan?
No, I've got better things to make out with.
Better things?
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
I don't know why I'm giving you such a hard time. You know why? It's because Nick Groves isn't here. If he was here, he would be the butt of all my jokes. So.
As he is in almost every conversation.
That's all right. I'll be happy to drink the Bummerita.
Eating your Bummerito.
No, I eat my Bummerito and drink my Bummerita.
I mean, I could really go either way because, I mean, it does sound like it could be an animal name.
It does, but I feel like it's a more interesting question if it's cold sore. Like, I'm going into game theory now. I'm like, how would we know what type of reptile it was? There's no way.
True.
Without, having a zoology background.
Which we don't.
We do.
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Locked in, cold sore.
Okay.
All right, so let me tell a little story about what I was talking about this week. I was relaying a story about Guillain-Barré syndrome. So Guillain-Barré is and I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. I apologize. I don't know the right way. It's a syndrome that leads to temporary paralyzation of your body. It kind of creeps up your body. So all of a sudden your legs will go, and then your waist will go, and then your lungs will go, and then your head, and you'll be paralyzed. And then it'll reduce back down. And so you need to be hospitalized to keep yourself from dying because your whole body's out. I had an acquaintance and a friend of my ex-wife who passed away tragically in the hospital because of an incorrectly placed breathing tube while they were suffering from this.
Oh, my God.
Sorry. I was telling that story, and I was saying to MJ, I was like, I don't remember the details, but I think it's related somehow to chicken pox. And we started talking because she had actually, and we started talking about chicken pox versus shingles in the relationship with Jillian Beret. And so we were looking at the vaccines and all of that kind of stuff and what the relationships were. And as a part of that, it was very clear that chicken pox is called varicella zoster and shingles is called herpes zoster.
All right.
So the answer that we locked in with was shingles.
And the answer is shingles.
Wow.
Shingles.
That was
Good job.
excellent timing of that conversation.
Isn't it? I mean, I might have gotten it, but it would have been a lot harder.
Well done, Jonathan and Jeffs. Katie and Matt, sorry about that. Cold sores, I think, it is
a type of herpes.
It is a type of herpes, but it's not zoster. Zosters. It's Australian for, well, nothing. Anyway, so, all right. Your second question, round 5, is in TV. Televisiones. And your question is, what actor played Chandler Bing's father on the TV comedy Friends?
No.
I'm getting it flipped around in my head.
I will need to know what you actually were thinking at some point.
I'll type it out.
Oh. You clearly have knowledge about this. Do you have confidence, Jeff? How confident are you?
Yeah, I could lock it in right now.
Do you have confidence?
Yes, hit it.
Oh, thank God I was able to brace myself. Holy crap.
There was warning that time. I appreciate that.
Yes. All right, so they're locked in.
All right. I have not watched much Friends, and when I did, I was a teenager who didn't really know who any actors or actresses were. I do feel like I've seen like a list of like cameos in Friends, and I feel like at least one of the characters had like a real big name, like Oscar-winning celebrity play their parent.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if it was Chandler or not.
The only thing I can vaguely remember about this is that I think it was Chandler had a parent that was portrayed by a cross-dressing actor. But I'm not really sure exactly which way it went.
Yeah, man, I
I don't really have anything. Oh my gosh. And I can't even think of.
Coming up blank just thinking of actors the right age.
Yes.
So right now, Katie is a thing that is blank.
Oh, I see what you did.
Cross
there.
promotion. Everybody go listen to things that are blank. Nick Jobs. Nick Grove's doing a great job. We just recorded the championships that are going to come out at the end of the year, and it was magnificent.
It's been a fantastic
I
season.
heard it was
for
epic.
sure.
It was epic.
I'm not going to pull it. I don't think I'm going to pull it.
Yep. I don't. I mean, I need to say something. I don't know. Alan Arkin. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Alan
wrong.
Arkin. Yeah, of course it is.
It's wrong.
All right, that's what your locked in answer is?
I mean, it feels like a good answer.
Okay.
Jeffrey, you had all the confidence here. Why don't you talk about it?
I did. Yeah. Was it Chandler's father ran the act out in Vegas called Viva Las Vegas, and his father was portrayed by Kathleen Turner.
Yes!
Oh,
that was
okay. You did have it.
I originally came in
you
with
didn't have the name, but yeah.
I initially came in with Elliot Gould, and he was like, "No, I'm good. I'm confident." I'm like, "Oh, that's right. That's Ross and Rachel. Okay, got it. Okay."
Well, Ross and Monica.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize for I don't know. Matt suggested that it may have been a cross not the gender you would expect, and we then did not name any examples of women.
Well, in fact, the answer is Kathleen Turner. Well done.
So good, Jeff. Jeff has been a great teammate.
So your final question in round 5 is movie resumes, and this is brought to you by Matthew Burris. So Matthew, thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthew. All right, so the way this is going to work is Chris is going to read one clue at a time. He's going to give us a minute. If any team can lock in within that minute, they can do so and send him their answer during that time. If a minute passes and nobody has sent him any answers, he moves on to the next clue. If you send in your answer, then the other team gets to listen to all the clues before they send in their answer. The team that sends in a correct answer first, meaning after the least number of clues, is going to get 10 points. If both teams send in their answer at the same time and it's correct, then both of them will get 10 points. If you send in your answer and miss it, you get no points.
All right, very good. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Identify the actor using the following achievements. Okay, the first one I'm going to blow through, and then I'm going to give the second one. Okay, because it's the born date.
Oh, so you want to give two? So you're giving 2 clues before we go.
That's correct.
Great.
All right. The first clue is born on April 20th, 1937. The second clue, studied architecture at the University of Berkeley.
And this is in the category movies.
Yes. Actually, better yet, TV and movie resumes.
And I wasn't paying close attention. Have you been using male pronouns? Like, do we know the gender of this person yet?
No, not yet. I'm trying my best not to, as a matter of fact. Doesn't mean I won't make a mistake. Here's your next clue. They started their Hollywood career in the 1950s as a voiceover artist for English dubbings of the movies Rodan and Godzilla Raids Again.
Just for clarification, English. When you say English here, do you mean
it's English dubbings of foreign movies?
I was just trying to differentiate between British English and American English.
It would be American English because this person is an American.
Oh, another clue.
I suck.
I bet they were proud to be an American, or at least they know they're free.
All right, I'm going to give you guys about another 15 seconds, okay?
I don't think we're going to submit anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay. Next one is married his husband on September 14th, 2008, and is still a LGBT and social rights activist.
I like it, Jeff. I think we can lock that in.
Okay.
We're going to send that to you, Chris.
Okay. And Katie and Matt, you still got about 30 seconds or so to make a decision on if you're answering or not.
I still don't really have any idea.
Yeah, me neither.
Mm-mm.
I'd rather wait till the last clue. Yeah.
Final clue is a nerd icon most famous for his role as pilot Lieutenant Sulu in the original Star Trek.
I mean, do we need to? Could we talk out loud because you're
sure
very locked in?
Yeah, absolutely.
George Takei. Yeah.
All right. Is that your locked in answer?
Yeah.
Okay. And Jonathan and Jeff, what was y'all's answer?
Yeah, we answered George Takei. I know I follow him on social media places or whatnot, so that second to last clue is the one that really tipped me on that one. So we also said George Takei.
There are not too many 86-year-old gay icons out there. So that narrowed it down for us, I think. That's why when you said it, it's like, oh, that's going to be right. That has to be right.
All right. And
I'd like to apologize to any other 86-year-old gay icons. 86, whatever, 84, I don't know exact date, but apologies to any other 80-year-old gay icons I'm not thinking of.
Fair enough. Anyway, your answer is George Takei.
Very impressive.
Good job.
Yep.
So a further lead has taken place in round 5. Jonathan and
Just a
Jeff,
little.
127 to Katie and Matt's 92.
Jeff, I feel like we are a really good balance. I'm really enjoying playing with you.
Well, thank you.
And I told you I was being overhyped.
I completely disagree with that. Just a few of these questions have definitely not been in your skill set, though. All right. But that's okay because, ladies and gentlemen, this is round 6. And round 6, I usually present to one of the Trivial Warfare Army Patreons and ask them if they want... Patrons, excuse me. I'm sorry. Patrons. Warheads, thank you, to write 3 questions for my round 6. And this is brought to you by Mr. Wesley Wells. So, Wesley, thank you very much.
All right. Math. Here we go.
Not math. Your first question in the Wesley Wells round is...
Math?
No, not meth.
No? Okay.
It's, or math.
Math.
All right. Your first question in the Wesley Wells round is from stage to screen. And your question is, the lead male character of the 2008 Best Musical Tony Award-winning show In the Heights has what unusual first name? Derived from words painted on a ship his father passed when immigrating from the Dominican Republic.
The character's name?
The character's name.
It's not Full Thunder, but I've definitely heard something like this, so locked in.
Okay, cool.
Oh, well, Jeff just told me he's never seen or heard it. So it stuck with me, and I watched the first 15 minutes with MJ before we turned it off because we were bored. The name is It's definitely odd. I feel like it starts with a U. It's something. There's like it feels like there's like a U, an R, a D, and a Z, and I don't Urdzinyo or something like that.
USS.
Yeah, no. Maybe it is. God, does it start with a vowel or not?
Looking for some Jonathan Oakes magic now.
This is traditionally the time where Jonathan is just going to say the right answer.
Unani, uznani, uzmami, uznani. It's something like this. It's uznani, uzyani, what the hell is it? Uzmami, something. I think it's usnani or something like that.
So the ship could have started with US something?
US Navy. It could be US Navy. It's US Navy with a VI. That's the answer. US Navy. Locked in.
Go for it.
Okay. And Katie and Matt?
I would like to say I would like some bonus points for calling the exact time when Jonathan was just going to pull out the answer.
Wait, what happened?
I was not actually full of thunder here. As you were like making up vowel sounds, I'm like, traditionally, this is the part where Jonathan is just going to say the answer out of nowhere. Yeah, so I was not full of thunder. I knew it was something like this, but you've kind of solidified for me. We locked in with, I have not seen it, so I'm not sure how it's pronounced in the show, but Usnavi.
Well, his dad was passing by a U.S. Navy warship and named his son Usnavi.
Oh my God.
Good morning, Usnavi.
Oh,
wow.
10 points.
It came up in, I think, OQL or Pop Solos or something.
Oh,
recently.
that was so stressful. I knew it was way down deep in there, and I had the letters that were in my head, and it's like, okay, what if those are just wrong, but they're close? And so it's like, okay, not why don't I try starting with a different sound? Oot, oos, oos.
Uso?
Yeah, and then at some point, Jeff was like, yeah, sure, it could be like USS something, and you laughed at him. I'm like,
sure
okay,
did.
they're never going to get it.
Sure did.
That was awesome. That's so much. It's always fun to see Jonathan pull a Jonathan out of his hat.
Hey, first-hand experience of that Oakes magic. Man.
Yeah.
That's great.
God.
Your second question in Wesley Wells round is in sports and music. Sports and music. And music. What song by the Fratellis is currently played at University of Arkansas home baseball games after the Razorbacks hit a home run? It's found in several places in the sports world, most notably as the Chicago Blackhawks goal song since 2008.
I'm pretty full of thunder on this.
You got it.
All right, locked in.
Jonathan, can you give her a little thunder?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why I'm covering my ears. My headphones are on.
Oh, it's loud.
I got to do the opposite of that.
So Jeff, I can only name a couple of Fratelli's songs, but the catchiest one, the one that seems to have the most pop culture cachet, would be Chelsea Danger. So I would think that's probably right.
Yeah, by the title, I don't even know the song. So, but I honestly couldn't name a Fratelli song. So
I can't get the sound in my head to give it to you, but it's really catchy. Like if it didn't have any words, if they were just mumbling the words, it would still be catchy as hell. So we'll say Chelsea Danger.
Okay. And Katie and Matt.
We locked in with Chelsea Dagger.
Oh no! Did I say the wrong word?
And the answer is Chelsea Dagger.
Oh God, Jonathan, that's
All
worse.
right, Katie.
I believe the backstory of that is it was a Britney Spears drag performer, changing Britney to Chelsea and Spears to Dagger.
I apologize, Jeff. I had it and still missed it. That's awful.
I don't know. Chelsea Danger sounds more exciting to me anyway.
Yeah, but I listen to this song. It's on playlists that I listen to.
Can we get the Chris Hollister sound-alike version?
No, because I actually never heard the song until about 2 days ago.
Katie, can you do it, Katie?
But Ba ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba da ba da ba
Okay.
ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba da ba.
I just sound like Peter Griffin doing
I love
it.
It's amazing, dude. I want more of this in my life.
Good morning.
I could do that.
Oh,
But
jeez.
anyway, all right. So good job, Katie and Matt, on that. Well done.
Damn it.
So your last question is actually, I don't think we've had one this whole time.
What's the
So-
score, Chris?
Well, we still got one more question. in
I know.
round
What's the
six.
score going into the last question?
137 to 112.
Okay.
All right.
I was like, man, I'm going to feel really bad if that one letter is going to put us at risk in the gauntlet.
So your last question is in literature.
Literature.
A winner of countless awards, what 2018 memoir by Tara Westover tells the story of her growing up in an abusive household where she was not allowed to attend school, but how she eventually left home, went to college, and earned a PhD from Cambridge University?
Oh, Jeff, I've heard of this. I heard the name. I just don't. It didn't stick. It's not going to be in there for me.
Yeah, modern literature is not my bag, so I'm not going to know this at all. Go back to the friends questions. I feel better.
I wish I could, my friend. I wish I could.
To save time, Jeff, do you mind if I just make up an answer?
Yeah.
And-
Make it up, lock it
all
in.
right, we're going to say
Locked in?
we're locked in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain the title is just Educated, unless it's an education, but I think that might be something different. If you're laughing because Jonathan made up the correct answer, I am going to die.
He
I'm
doesn't
just
know
going
the
to
correct
die, and
answer.
we're not going to be here for the gauntlet. But
If
yeah,
if I did make up the correct answer, he wouldn't know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were texting. Yeah, I'm fairly confident about it just being the word educated. Good with that. Matt's good with that. All right, locked in.
All right, and we said Homeward Bound.
Okay. Well,
Homeward Bound, I wish I was.
and the answer is educated.
Nice job.
Good job, Katie.
Good one, Katie.
Thanks.
So that round was a very good round for Katie and Matt. The going into the
For Katie, it was
gauntlet,
a good round.
I'm going to
Hey, we're a team.
Hey,
We're a
your team. That's right. But going into the gauntlet, Jonathan and Jeff still in the lead with 137. However, Katie and Matt came roaring back and are at 122. So your gauntlet category is good humor. Good humor.
Wagering is where I shine.
Yes, it is.
I was so happy after because I had talked to before I had even taped, or I think before he knew I got the call, I talked to Andy Saunders, who said something along the lines of he really wishes that someone who won on Jeopardy with wager strategy would actually talk about his website and the wager strategy that he's put together and thank him just in conversation. And then I got to do that because it very much helped me out.
That's fabulous.
Jeff and Jonathan's wager is locked in.
Okay.
Matt's good.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to me. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yeah, we're locked in too.
I know exactly how this gauntlet is going to play out. I don't know who's going to get them right or wrong, but I know how the wagers are going to play out.
Your first question in the good humor gauntlet is Good Humor, one of the originators of ice cream snacks, recently retired the use of Turkey in the Straw as the jingle for its ice cream trucks due to the song's use in blackface minstrel shows. What member of the Wu-Tang Clan did they hire to create a new song to play for their ice cream trucks? And shout out to History Channel's The Food That Built America for this trivia question.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we're locked in.
Cool.
Lock in with that.
Okay. Your second question in the good humor gauntlet is, what comedian in 2017 signed a record $100 million deal with Netflix to bring his series Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee and 2 additional comedy specials to the streaming giant?
We're locked in.
Yeah. Okay. We're locked in too.
Yeah, I figured that was going to be the easiest question of the 3. Your last question in the good humor gauntlet. What British company is the world's largest marketer of ice cream products, owning such brands as Good Humor, Klondike, Breyers, and Popsicle? This company is more than just ice cream and owns over 400 different brands of food, home care, and beauty and personal items, and has a total assets as of 2020 of 67.6 billion euros.
Yeah, I agree. We can lock that in then.
All right, we're locked in.
All right.
Okay, locked in.
So we'll go ahead and I'll read the questions. You guys will give your answers and any explanation. And then once that's done, I'll give the answers. Okay?
Yep.
So the first question is, Good Humor, one of the originators of ice cream snacks, recently retired the use of Turkey in the Straw as the jingle for its ice cream trucks due to the song's use in blackface minstrel shows. What member of the Wu-Tang Clan did they hire to create a new song to play for their ice cream trucks? Katie and Matt, you're up first.
Go ahead, Katie.
We went with RZA because he seems like the most currently active of the members of Wu-Tang Clan, and I know he does like instrumentals for movies, and seems like, you know, if you can do a score for a movie, you can do a score for an ice cream truck. I don't know.
All right, fair enough. And then Jeff and Jonathan.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Jeff immediately said, what about Method Man? I thought it was either Method Man or GZA. But after hearing Katie and Matt talk, I think that I was thinking of RZA when I was naming GZA, not just mixing up their names, but like I thought the stuff that you described RZA doing was what GZA was doing. So I am very nervous, but we locked in with Method Man.
The second question, what comedian in 2017 signed a record $100 million deal with Netflix to bring his series Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee and 2 comedy specials to the streaming giant? Jonathan and Jeff.
We both instantly said Seinfeld.
All right. And Katie and Matt.
Same here.
All right.
Seinfeld.
Okay. Thank you. Just needed that answer. All right. Same here. That doesn't sound
Jerry,
right.
same here?
Is that an Indian?
Same here.
It's an Indian comic.
There you go. All right. Your final question is, what British company is the world's largest marketer of ice cream products, owning such brands as Good Humor, Klondike, Breyers, and Popsicle? This company is more than just ice cream and owns over 400 different brands of food, home care, and beauty and personal items, and has a total assets as of 2020 of 67.6 billion euros. And Katie and Matt, you're up.
We debated a lot about a lot of brands, ultimately kind of doing a coin flip between Nestle, who we weren't sure makes home products, and Unilever, who we weren't sure is British, but we went Unilever.
All right. And Jeff and Jonathan.
You know, because of wagering strategy, Jeff, I'm really hoping that we are wrong about Unilever, because we locked in with Unilever as well, and I would really like to be wrong on that.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Honestly, now that I say that, no, that's a bad thought. It's not going to matter if we're wrong on that. If we're wrong, we're screwed. So I guess we're probably... Well, oh well.
Right.
There we go. All right, so we said Unilever.
All right, well, because there's differences in one of them, we're going to start from the bottom up to the top. So the British company that we're talking about that's the largest world marketer of ice cream products is, in fact, Unilever.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice.
The comedian that we were talking about with his show, his series Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, in fact, is Jerry Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, the Wu-Tang Clan member that created a brand new jingle for ice cream trucks was, in fact, RZA. RZA. So
no,
it's probably a moot point, but we're going to go into it. Jonathan, who needs to go first?
It's like a sound a cow would make. It's a moo point.
Yes. So, Katie and Matt, what was y'all's wager?
31.
31. All
Lovely.
right. Fantastic. So, with 153 points, it is a moo point. But to get your final score, Jonathan and Jeff, what did you wager?
I always ask my partners if they're conservative or risky. Jeff said risky, so we bet 117. No, we bet 117. We bet 118.
118. Okay. So with a total of 153 to 19, your winners of Trivial Warfare 330 is Katie and Matt.
Woo! We survived the gauntlet.
I can't believe it.
No, well done. That was
what a game.
That was a furious comeback.
Good game.
Great comeback. They got they got strong in the end. They bowed up.
They really did. That was fantastic to watch.
We guessed the right Wu-Tang Clan member.
Honestly, I should have gotten that. I told Jeff I heard that when it happened, and I couldn't remember. And I thought the name, but I thought it was the other one, and just got completely befuddled.
Yeah,
so
I had
great
my
job.
list here, but he's like GZA, and I'm like, I don't remember hearing GZA do anything outside of Wu-Tang, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there it is. All right, so before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes they care about. Matt, we'll start with you.
I'd like to shout out to my trivia team and my family, who hopefully will all be listening to this at some point. And since I am a high school music teacher and we've been hit hard in the performing arts, obviously the last year or so, please get out and support the arts, the performing arts especially, in any way you can. Schools are going to be starting to have live shows again, which I'm very excited about. Go out, watch them, make a donation, show your support.
Awesome. Jeff, you're next.
All right. Yeah, I'd just like to give a shout out. I do a podcast with some buddies of mine. It's called The History of Bad Ideas. We are not a history podcast. We got the name, basically, we sit around and talk about pop culture and things that are going on. So it's a conversation podcast about things going on in geek culture. And we pretty much got the name because whenever we were watching movies and someone did something stupid, we'd say, well, in the history of bad ideas, that's pretty stupid. So we release that every week, and you can find that on any good podcast app.
All right. Very cool. And Katie, we'll wrap it up with you.
I'd love to give a shout out to triviacalendar.net, or you can pre-order your 2022 Everyday Q&A calendar. And on behalf of Humdinger, the fact-checking hummingbird, support your local Audubon Society. Birds are pretty good.
I love it. Outstanding. All right. Well, that's going to wrap us up. So, but before I go, reminder, if you want to hear all four hosts together, episode 331, be sure to go to trivialwarfarearmy.com and sign up at $5 a month or more to get access to that and a whole bunch of other episodes. So that's going to wrap us up now. For Matt, for Jeff, for three-time Jeopardy champion Katie Sekelsky, for Chris, I am Jonathan. This has been episode number 330 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.